What about Russell Wilson? What do you think?
I think at the end of the day, he's going to stay in Seattle. I think he needs to reestablish himself. And I'm not sure that you're going to get the same market for him this year as we saw last year, because there's questions about whether or not he's in an early stage of overall physical decline. And it may just be that other younger quarterbacks are so good that in comparison to them, he doesn't look as spectacular as he used to, but he doesn't move like he used to. He doesn't run like he used to. And then when he suffered that finger injury on a Thursday night when his hand encountered the helmet of Aaron Donald, he was never the same the rest of the year. And I know it was heroic for him to return when he did and he got back on the field, but he was just never the same guy throwing the ball. He's not the guy he used to be running the ball. And I don't know that I put together a gigantic package to try to get him, especially because he may want a new contract on the way through the door. And he's always put himself in a position where when it's time to negotiate, his agent, who represents no other NFL players, he's the Tom Hagen of NFL agents. He's got one client. He always drives a hard bargain because he doesn't have some broader dance that he has to be sensitive to where he's going to piss somebody off as it relates to this client or that client. He always drives a very shrewd, hard bargain for Russell Wilson, and that's out there. He's got 2 years left on his contract, and he typically does a deal with 1 year left. And if there's going to be a trade, he's probably going to want that new deal right now. So I think it's going to be tough to do. And the Seahawks, I could see the Seahawks convincing him to give it one more shot in Seattle. And then if it doesn't work this year, then next year would be the time that Russell Wilson gets moved.
Mike Florio here on the Rich Eisen Show. So give me a team that would make a big swing at quarterback that would spin that carousel, or a quarterback that can raise his hand and say I want out, or publicly or not. Like Stafford was that guy last year, and the Rams were that team. So what do you think?
Well, where's the team this year that you look at and say you're definitely going to put yourself in a situation where the deck is stacked in your favor if you go there? And I kind of think that's why at the end of the day, Aaron Rodgers may stay put. I've gone from thinking he's definitely going to ask to leave to maybe he's going to realize that, if he goes somewhere else and they have a strong regular season and don't get to the Super Bowl, then maybe all of a sudden the narrative shifts from the Packers can't put a winner around Aaron Rodgers to Aaron Rodgers can't finish the deal with a team that does really well in the regular season and then peters out in the postseason. You look at the AFC, and that's where I think the Packers will want to send him. They're not going to want to have to contend with him, even though they may not have to worry about that post-Rodgers, looking at the quality of their quarterback option. We still don't know what Jordan Love's going to be, but let's say Rodgers ends up with someone like the Steelers or the Broncos, and the Broncos are widely regarded as the front runner. I don't think you can look at a destination for Rodgers as some sort of dramatic upgrade like it was for Brady going from a Patriots team that was in decline to the Buccaneers, Stafford going from a Lions team that's perpetually in decline to the Rams. The Packers are the two-time defending number one seed who have failed to parlay that into a Super Bowl win. Where do you go if you're Rodgers, where you can feel confident that you're going to strike gold and make it 3 for 3 quarterbacks with new teams getting a Super Bowl win right out of the gates? I think it's tough to find a spot. The Colts intrigue me. I don't know that Aaron Rodgers is interested in the Colts, but they're clearly done with Carson Wentz.
You think?
And Rodgers is 0-2 lifetime at Indy, so he knows it's hard to win in that building. And it's, you play all your games in a dome. You don't have to worry about the cold and the wind and the rain. If they could pull it off, that would be something.
And you think they're done with Wentz?
I think they're done with Wentz. There's been too much noise about them being done with Wentz, with no pushback whatsoever from the Colts, to make me think it has to be true that they're done with Wentz.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.